Hello. I've got some music playing. I'm tired for whatever reason. It is only 3 p.m., but we're doing this. So, the only viewer that I have has asked to see the team building. So, we're going to get into this. And we're actually going to take it kind of seriously. So, first things first, equipment, unequip all monsters. We're doing that. Next, we're going to look at the archetypes that we want. So, we want you are a magical attacker. That's what we got. You're really, really good at it. So we're going to switch you over to this slot here. You're a magical attacker. You're a physical attacker. These two are going to be our main damage dealing people in that department. Next we have you. You're our buffer. So we're going to move you over here. You're our debuffer. So we're going to move you over here. So next we're going to want some variants of tanks. We've got you, and I believe we've got you, who we can switch over for this. You can see they've got even more defense than Yowie does, despite being several levels lower. So, let's go ahead and review what we have. So we have you as a physical attacker, but what if we want to take you instead? Because you are good at crits. However, you're less good at having a variety of options. You do have a good variety of options, considering you have physical punch, lightning punch, and freezing punch. You're going to be pretty good if we want a variety. So for example, if we went up against a boss that's weak to fire, we'd bring Cat Zerker, we'd bring in the crits and the fire attack, and we'd demolish them. But for running around and doing various things, Monk is probably going to be a better generalist, so we're going to bring Monk in. Now you're kind of unreliable, because if we look at your buffs, you don't have a single target buff. You have sidekick, yes. You have power, yes. These are fairly good things. However, you don't really have a single target buff like, say, Cat Zerker does with, wait, you don't have it? Who has it? Skills, let's see. Okay, who has a single target super buff? I know somebody should have one. I think it's actually you, yeah? No, I just can't find anybody with one of these. You know the Minotaur, how he cast full offense on himself and gave himself might, sorcery, glory, and like 3 other things? That's something that you want to do if you're having one person that you want to be the main buffer. So Blob has full defense, applying barrier, agility, and spell shield to one person, and then eventually that gets up to adding regeneration and channel. So this would be good if we wanted a defense person. Blob's not bad. Blob could be a good buffer and debuffer. Considering it. You're a buffer who can go into healing, who can go into damage over time, as opposed to you, who don't really have buffs, but you can prevent the enemy from having them. And I guess you do just passively buff people. I'll keep you around, because I dislike you. Tengu, what are your buffs? You don't. Fair enough. You're a damage dealer, but we already have damage dealers. I am going to turn off my other music going on right now. Alright. So we have Monk, Manticore, Vero. And we're sure we want you as our buffer. Just to double check you. You wouldn't be bad. You have full utility. That's not bad, I guess. We're keeping the bird. As for you being a tank as opposed to Rocky, you're both weak to fire, so that's not a big deal. You heal yourself, can eventually apply chill, can eventually do bleed stuff. You've got damage based off of health, and eventually you have a heal all. And you've got single target buffs. Oh no, that's just... okay. I was reading that wrong. Ideally, I'd want him on that can cast sealed, so like Magma Pillar can do the sealed everybody, give everybody barrier, buffs everybody to deal more damage. Makes regen do more. Gives a heck of a big shield to people. And can passively debuff people. You know what? Sure. We're switching you in. Wait. Hold on. We're going into Iceland, so probably better to have you for now. Unless you resist ice. Hold on. Status. So you resist wind. Status, you're weak to wind. So those complement each other pretty well. You're weak to water and we're going into Iceland, so unfortunately that's not going to be too good for you. Steam Golem has Shroud, which is pretty good. Since we're going into Iceland, probably good to take a fire attack. Mana regen's good, so we don't need an item for that. That's good, and yeah, we'll buff your sealed for now. And then Monk, skills, Fire Punch, Attack Proc. Lightning Punches and Heroism. Agility is basically spell sealed, but I don't like it as much. When exploiting weakness, sir, and then Flurry of Blows. There. Alright. So that's it for everybody on that front. Now, you don't have anything just yet, so in terms of equipment, we want you to have defense. Let's see. So this guy actually doesn't want crit, if I remember right. So we're going to give you Pandora's Box. The Ocarina's not really your thing. I believe Cell is the pure defense item. Yeah, that makes sense. And then, let's see, your mana regen right now is 40. That's awful. We're giving you this, that way you actually can do things. Actually, your base mana is also pretty low, so yeah, Diadem is probably good. A little less defense, but it means you can actually cast your stuff. He is low level, so that's probably why. For you, sir, bunch of defense for you. You, I think, are okay with doing crits. Let's see. Defense and mana regen. I guess a decently defense item. Okay, you don't need defense as much, so I would recommend going with an item that gives HP or something. That'll do. Why didn't I actually give you the... yeah, this is just... yeah. basically, you're entirely physical damage, yeah. Physical, rock throwing's physical, that's physical, so yeah. That's just better for you in that regard. And then we can give you this, which is only 6 less defense, but a lot more of everything else. You... I mean, I guess you would use active and passive healing skills. I don't think that entirely counts what I'm looking for, so... Let's see. Orb is definitely one of the better items in the game. Yeah, you don't need more mana regen at the moment. 80's good for you, I think. Yeah, generally like 70 or 80 is good, and then you want to go up to 110 later. So that's pretty good for you. In terms of equipment, we'll see. We can give you that, since nobody else is really doing crit stuff at the moment. That works. And then, let's see. Sure, just giving you more crit chance isn't bad. You, equipment, did I even give you a... Yes, I did, good. So you are going to be... Yeah, that works. We can give you the full crit chance and everything. Your mana regen is a little less than what it needs to be, but I think we can upgrade that to be fine. Let's see. Sir, health, that way you don't die. And crit, so that you don't die. You are very wimpy, so we are going to need to buff you the best way we can. So we're going to give you that, we're going to give you... Yeah, your mana regen is already almost fine. Giving you this, it's just completely okay. Defense, crit damage, and mana regen, that's good. Because you will be spamming high mana stuff. So let's see, I think wizard hat, defense, and magic. Yeah, that'll do. So we take all of those. We're gonna go left over here. Talk to you. Gonna want Pandora's box upgraded. Gonna want this upgraded. There. We can do the rest of the upgrades some other time, but for now that's going to work. So we were requested to go do a thing in the battle tower and then head east or whatever. We're ignoring orders. We are going to go to Iceland, and we are going to actually fight the monsters this time. And basically treat it like we'd never been there. I wanted to go there and get like 2 feet into it and then say, oh yeah, here's the teleport place. We did not find the teleport place. So, now here we are having to go back through it all. And that tiny space is very important later. I assure you. God, the music here is dope. I think I said that before, actually. Yeah, I did. It does not make it any less true. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I didn't open that last time, so we're gonna have to get that. Okay, first though, fighting these guys. Ice blobs. And everything else. So, let's do this. We start with you, giving out a sealed. Then we give you sidekick powers. And then we set somebody on fire. Which, since we exploited a weakness, it gave me a sealed, gave me sorcery, it gave me everything, basically. Hooray. So now we go over here. We go to this. which with the burn is definitely going to kill you. We cut back over to you. Doesn't seem like the Yeti has the I'm going to steal your attack ability, so we don't have to worry about that, thankfully. And now everybody is at full HP. And this guy is dead. Oh, come on now. Fine, sealed. Again. Featherstorm, which does nothing. That's probably going to tank my execution points. Oh no, actually, still pretty good. Ice Blob Egg. Woo. So, this is not just blobbery flavored. Actually, rather important. So if we check Blob, and we go to Skills, we go to way down here. Each slime in your party applies armor break on a random enemy after each action. You know, that's pretty standard. Go over here and we start scanning for stuff. This is a blob, so it counts for that. This is the Chill Blob. This always applies Chill. This removes debuffs. This is the Sealed. Beginning of your turn, a random monster gains a barrier. This is Sealed everybody and Chill 2 enemies. So the enemies are not going to be having a fun time. Anti-enemy debuffs. Exploiting weakness, do more hits. Chill causes enemies to take more damage, which gets busted. I need to check OBS to make sure that the... Yeah, okay. Actually, no, I should actually do that for myself. Options, audio... like 15% there. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me now. But Ice Blob, level 9. Other things you do. Arcane Missile, and definitely not more Sealeds. Like, why is this in this tree? Oh yeah, because you debuff people. Yeah. This monster is basically just, hey, what if we froze people? A lot. And they died. This is a monster who would be really good against a boss that's weak to cold damage. Because you would just kill them. Straight up, it would kill them. But I don't think we have any monsters that are weak to cold damage just yet. But mind you, if we find a monster that's weak to cold, we bring the Ice Blob, and it will put a billion cold damage debuffs on them, and enemy just go poof. So makes Sidekick able to be stacked more often. Ah yes, the other Yetis, which are also weak to fire. Sealed the party. Sidekick. Burn. He just died. No, that was so funny, we should do it again. Manticorb is overpowered. Mogwai egg, woo. Pretty sure those guys are slightly more focused on damage. Oh, yeah, something I should do. Level badge. No, wait on that for now. In the meantime, you hit people better. Let's see. How are you even setting people on fire? Is anyone setting anyone on fire? I don't know at this point. Let's see. Ah, yeah, we got the thing. Inventory, hats, yay. Your skills. So basically, big single hits. Gee, I wonder if only they had a skill for big single hits. So that's a physical hit. Okay, this guy's a mixed attacker. That's good. So this is the magical side, which can apply chill. This is the physical side. So that does 370 compared to this, which is 335. This is 510. This is 570. So yeah. This one does a little less damage, but applies chill. 2 times 130, 2 times 130, so yeah. Then we've got the buff side, which is barrier, recover, buffing sealed, combo buffing, protector, that. And this guy wouldn't be bad as a buffer, but he only buffs defense. Yeah, this guy, interesting. There's a lot of stuff he can do. Doesn't really have one fulfilled role. You can make him a single hit critical annihilator, or you can make him a buffing guy. That's what I like about this game, is it's not like in Pokemon where, oh, he has a 160 attack and 110 speed, guess he's good at this, and that's it. Just something that they kind of fixed in the later games. You guys applied chill. I don't like that. Die. 202 burn damage. That's gonna hurt. But we lived. Yeah, you can already kill this person. Yeah, wrong damage type there, buddy. Cease. I don't know when we opened this, and I'm not sure what the case is as to anything. I know that maybe this lever opened both doors. Who knows? What I do know is I got loot. Yay. The loot goblin inside my soul is happy. Of course, there's a secret back here. I trust myself to have checked that. I didn't really expect there to be anything there, but I checked nonetheless. Let's see. Just seeing if this works the same. It should. It's very much the same strategy, just with fire punches. And much less crits. Ow. When I said less crits, I didn't mean you had to do that, video game. You didn't have to do that, Biscuits. Oh, this is gonna take a lot longer. Note to self, Monk doesn't have enough mana regen. You do, though. Ow. You can stop with that now. Yeah, turns out Burn is actually pretty good, and also being resistant to half the attacks in the game. Get out of here. Score on that one's gonna be atrocious. Yeah. Yeah. Activates ice orbs. Yeah, figured. There was one of those that we ended up seeing. Boy. Nice, level 3 upgrade material. That's why we hit every wall. I know that one, it was actually telegraphed. And when are we gonna find the snail again? No, I don't mean the one that kills you on contact if you're an immortal. Different snail. Ah. We need the guy to traverse there. Fair enough. When I tell you, we need the guy, one of my favorite people. Ah, you. Okay. Those are some of the most annoying buffers in the game. Like, that's a meme now, that every enemy I have to be like, you, I remember you, and I dislike you. I swear, I don't hate every enemy. How did I... Oh, I have agility from the random buff from... Yep, okay, fair. So if we didn't get a crit there, we wouldn't have actually killed. Ow! Blaggardine. You did not have to do that. But now you have, you shall die. Cats don't like water. Okay, I was gonna say, did I not get a single crit there? But we did. And we got the Eeg. So you... Yeah. If we were to get you all of these, that would be 6 of your points gone. So we pretty much have to decide here, what are we going to do? This is a yes. We're taking this. This is a maybe. Actually, it's a definite yes, but don't tell them that. Fine. Monk. Gotta be prepared to punch better. You. Just keep making God turn over in his grave or whatever you're doing. You. Make team not die. Same goes to you. Oh, we already have that one. Take a defense plus then. Otherwise, save your points. They'll be useful later. So it says we already went through here. Yeah, with Manticore. That makes sense. I feel like I already went this way. Yep, I did. Because that's the start. Alright. Oh, I didn't do the thing. Yeah. You. Get out here. Insane buffs. Critical chance also increases chance to dodge enemy hits. Yep. Bite and heal self. Yep. Chance to gain a buff on landing a crit. Yep. Crit hybridization. Yep. Yep. Lifesteal. Yep. So, you know the other cat with the giant sword? Imagine that, but better. Also, you can take your crits into healing land. And on crit, just grant another party a buff. And more hits and combo buffing. But wait, what if you wanted to heal, but also remove debuffs? But also revive people from the dead? Whenever another monster is healed, this monster has a chance to get healed by the same amount. A lot of luck involved with this one. A lot of luck indeed. And then, critical hits have a 30% chance to grant glory to a random ally. This monster can apply it only once. All monsters receive less damage from multi-targeted attacks. Whenever this monster uses a single skill target on an ally, they gain buffs. Reduces enemy damage per consecutive hit, so that's good on enemies that have Cascade. All monsters deal 5% more damage in your party. Apply every single buff known to man to a single person, or just apply, a couple of buffs to everybody. Glory increases crit damage. This is the person you would put on a crit build to be your crit build healer that can also heal themselves, that also applies buffs. So, you would put Karaglow on a team with Cat Zerker, and they would crit everything into non-existence. Same with the Yeti guy. That's not the Yeti. Anyway. Sealed. Sidekick. This has a higher chance of actually killing somebody. Looks like it never had a chance of killing anybody, but it was close. That's annoying. That's annoying. Thankfully, you're dead, so being annoying didn't really end up mattering too much there. Let's see, what are your odds? Yeah, pretty high, so we can go ahead and do this. This should do. No crits, damn, okay. So we're just gonna do that. This. and you no longer exist on this planet. You can see why I wanted to get the Manticore. Red gems, vital orbs, all the fun things. You finally hit level 11. Congratulations. I want you to quit dying, so take that. That's the one we already got. Okay. So it's taking us 35 minutes to get back here. Oof. But we made it. And because we took our time, open the wall. There's no secret wall there because that would go into the other room, and there was no spot for it. Okay, there's a hidden wall there on the left. Ooh, hold on. Equipment. I didn't give you... That's on me. You. You can take back your comment now. Yeah, your mana regen's fine, so... Take that, I guess. Snail, I hate you. Resists physical attacks, but is weak to wind and water. So what happens when you hit it with a wind or water physical attack? Well, it's neutral. I hate it. Oh, Tanuki, you bastard! This is why I like to fight everything, because there's sometimes these gremlins in my house. Hold on, there's a thing I can do. Monster info. Yo, be a Chesu. Not even weak to anything. We're killing this biscuit before he actually inflicts, chill on everybody. Gemstone rain is fine. You'd think gems falling from the sky would be physical, but no, it's not. And then you have used a move, which now makes you weak to wind attacks. Yep. You cease. And you made a big mistake doing that, Buckaroni Pepperoni. I actually don't have voltage leveled up. That is the same. Because if I did, you would not be here. Still using the same type of attack, eh? Clearly you have not learned your lesson in that regard. Let's see, I could do that. I could do that. I really thought that was gonna get you. Ah well. Kill the snail. That's annoying, because grass is the only type I can't actually do anything against. Good news, I don't need to. We're getting max score on this because everybody's super healthy, and we've been launching nuclear bombs. We did not get max score, and we didn't get either egg. God damn it. I mean, really, we are just waiting until we can get things like the preemptive shield, the copy shield, and some fun stuff like that. But go ahead and take this, since we do not actually have a grass attack on you. Or you. For some reason, nature and grass is just one of the few things we don't have. Take Cascade, that'll help you. Snails, we meet again. Sealed. Sidekick. Fireball. That's fine. As long as you guys don't start using your buffs. That's painful. But we're gonna do fine. You're gonna die from the burn now. These are neutral against you guys. And these are more than neutral, and if I had more points, I'd double thunder you. So now, you can guess what that symbol means. Yep. Good news, you can see that symbol is no longer there. Good against bosses, not against me. Sir, you have insane defense reduction, so that'll probably do more. And now the Nukasaurus Rex is in town, so get out. No, the sentences I say do not make sense, they never have. We still aren't getting the rare things. Come on, game. We are not going to start climbing just yet. Yeah, that would be why. Beautiful lake. Frozen oracle. Brave and the worthy. So does this kill me, water? Yep, so that's our new goal for going into this side area. Ooh, we don't have the gemstone breaking thing. I think we'd need, the guy for that. The guy being the snail, of course. I think you just break things. Yeah, so we don't actually have anything for these yet. But we will, eventually. Even if it takes us climbing up this mountain. You are not the right person. Yes, a monster that's been extinct for 5,000 years, please give me. Down, down. Honestly, dope music. The Arum Tails. They are weak to physical and strong against magic. Well. Monk. Current objective. Don't be awful. Please. So they have wind attacks from my guy against wind, and they have gemstone attacks from my guy who's... Of course they do. You! Hit them. Nice. Nice. Come on, I believe in you. Yes! Come on, even the crits weren't enough! Ah, grape. Ow! I need my bones, you bastards. Well, the crits are nice. Ah! Okay, this was not the most well thought out of schemes, but it's working now. 3, 3, 4. Alright, come on. Keel over. And we didn't get him. The good news, though... Ah! Attacked by music. I'm just going to take this, and nobody's gonna mind, yeah? Yeah. Or, fine, this technically buffs all of my things, so I'll be fine with it. You, inventory, level badge, use. There, so now, you can see I can get these despite not having 9 points applied. Let's see, we're gonna take this and this. Eventually we're gonna get over to these, but not right now. You, Yeti boy. Sir, that starts getting you down toward those. The main thing you want in a monster is synergy between their skills. Because if you've got a monster that can do attacking and can do a whole bunch of other stuff, then they're not going to be as good at attacking as somebody who just has one of those things that they really specialize on. It's generally better to specialize, because when you're fighting against boss monsters, they generally have a specific weakness. Or maybe they're specialized in having a bunch of weaknesses, who knows? Let's see. Yeah. Alright. Sealed. Sidekick. Burn. That's annoying. Cease. Now do you see why I hate these things? been genetically engineered to annoy me. And it's working. Get out of here. We got 10 minutes to get to the top of a mountain. I don't think that's happening, but we can try. Also, okay, that's a, either way attacking weapon. Yeah, continue on your way to kill God or whatever. 10% to apply 2 different types of things per hit. And when those things are applied, make them suffer for it. The thing is I know that they can do much worse than that. Oh, you guys again. Guys who are weak to physical, and guys who resist physical. What a team up. Who would have been surprised? Not me. We're kicking these guys' ass regardless of their so-called resistances. You do not resist being hit with gigantic bombs. Technically, I should be doing that in inverse order. But in the end, I don't think the 5% or so damage difference is going to make, well, a difference. Fine, we'll do this in proper order. You hit it very hard. You also hit it very hard. Oh, nice, you got a crit, but that did not end up mattering, unfortunately. Let's see, yeah, we'll burn you, that'll do. Punts. Storm. Voltage. Storm. Punts. Nice. Alright. You. Let's see. Yeah, that would actually be pretty good for you, sir. You. Surprised we haven't gotten a gemstone snail egg or one of these guys'. But we'll figure it out. Sealed, because that's unfortunately required. Sidekick for extra combo strength. And then we want to take these guys out first, because otherwise they will heal, and it will be annoying. Ow. Featherstorm. Punches. Freezerator. Storm. Punches. Freeze. That will not do anything to save you, fool. Storm. Punches. And finally, freeze. There we go. They've been dealt with. Alright, 4 minutes left. That's not bad. And we got the Arum Tail Egg, so I can spend the last couple of minutes of life that I have in this virtual world to tell you what the heck this thing do. You've probably already noticed. This thing has Soul Beam, which applies regen to itself. Gemstone Rain, which is the equivalent of the bunch of feathers. Overcast and Overcast, so that its abilities cost a lot of mana. These, which makes that it having a bunch of mana is good. Heal Mastery, which I don't know why that's on here, but yes. Increase gold after combat, because it's Gold Tail, that's what it do. Recover HP equal to mana regenerated, and double impact for, stuff. A whole bunch of these, hitting all enemies. Cascade. Wonder Potions, boosting the power of potions. Potion heal increased, for all the potions that I use. Mana Shielding, that one's actually good for them. Every shield that comes from this monster has a chance to apply a buff, and mana upkeep. Glitter, for each instance of gold sense, every monster deals more damage and receives less damage. So, that's 24% increased damage for the whole party, and 24% less damage received for the whole party. And then there's shielding the target and applying sorcery to them. Yeah. This monster is pretty good. Especially if you were to put it with, I don't know, this guy's weak to physical attacks. This guy's also weak to physical attacks. So what if you're fighting a boss that only does magical attacks? You put these guys two on the team, and you obliterate them. Yeah. You can see. I trust you. You can do that. And it will be busted. And worlds will fall. Now we're slightly faster so we can get out of this popsicle stand. If I could control this thing. Oh, come on now. The invisible platforms. I say it like that because I remember these things from the fact that you need to be in the end game in order to actually access those. It is like one of the 2 last monsters you can get without side content or DLCs is one that can see those. Biscuit, I missed that. Okay, yeah. I'm not missing you again, Biscuit. Got it. Crimson Gem of Sidorak. Neat. Is this wall breakable too? No? Bueno. Alright. Down, down. So, yep, the guy said that it was across the bridge that the person lived, so let's see. Let's go. Okay, that's just making me slower. No, at the 4-hour mark. Come on. Well, we're gonna have to end it here. Uh, but I will see you guys next episode. We will go and get some warm clothes so we can take a dip in the lake, so we can go and meet a frozen oracle for some side content. While we also build up an army of Mons that we can build to make specialized teams to take on enemies. But right now we don't have Jack Diddley for the Minotaur because basically everything we have would be weak to it. Alright, see you guys next time. Woo!